Scott, are you worried about jet fuel costs? Up 63% compared to a year ago.
Of course I am. I mean, I always watch jet fuel. I do think in the longer term, it's always been the case at an airline that jet fuel prices go up usually because demand is strong, and that's going to be true again. Right now, supply is still swamping the amount of demand, but ultimately, higher jet fuel prices lead to higher ticket prices. And ultimately, we will pass that through. So I worry about it in the short term, but in the long term, less so.
You mentioned higher ticket prices. I continually hear from people who are saying, look, these prices are not the bargain basement that we saw during the pandemic. Nobody expected that to last forever. But there is growing chatter that these prices, that the airfares, continue to rise here, and that at some point people will say, you know what, I'm not comfortable here.
Yeah. Look, air travel remains a great bargain. I won't have this number exactly right, but in inflation-adjusted terms, it's down something like 50%, in the last couple of decades. So it remains a great value. Airfares are going to come back from the really, really low levels they got to during the pandemic, but air travel is going to remain a great bargain. Frequently, you pay more for your hotel room for a single night than you do for your air ticket. Air travel is going to remain a great bargain.
Hey, Scott, you did point out you don't think that you will be seeing this sort of problems that some of your competitors have run into, namely Southwest, with all the problems they have with those flight cancellations. Did you see a pickup in bookings right after that weekend? Do you think you got any market share gains from the trouble some of your competitors have run into?
Well, look, it was a short-term issue that happened for a couple of days. We certainly saw a spike in close-in bookings over a couple of days, but not something that would be meaningful from from a quarter perspective on revenue. But also a good opportunity, I think, to get more customers realizing the changes that have happened at United Airlines, and that this is a new United Airlines in terms of customer service, the product, and really to introduce some customers to the United product is probably more important than any short-term impact that we had to the revenue line.
Last question for me. Packed planes for the holidays, should we expect it?
Yeah. Airplanes are going to be full. The demand for the holidays is really robust and strong.